All right. Hi, my first graders. Today I'm going to go over how to start your nonfiction writing. So, what you should have done at this point was pick your animal and gather all your facts. So, if you don't have all your facts gathered for your animal, then now is not the time to be watching this video. You need to gather all your facts first. So, here's my facts, and I've been talking about this and showing this to you. Okay, I've watched all the movies about pigs. I have gotten facts about what they look like, what they eat, what they do, and then extra facts that I wanted to include. Okay, things that were interesting to me. So if you have not completed this yet, then you want to stop this video and go and find your facts. Okay, gather your facts. You should have something that looks like this on a piece of paper, and you should have facts written about each of these areas because these are what nonfiction books usually include, and they're things that you could have gained from watching the videos. Okay, so for the rest of you, if you're on here watching, it means that you've done this already and you have this. You're ready to go. So let me make my video a little smaller, and I'm going to go back and forth making me big and small so that you can see how I'm doing things. All right, here's the paper we're going to use. It says all about blank. Well, this is the first page that you come to in your book. So you want to make it your title page. Your title page tells you the title of your book. Well, all about. What animal did you write about? I wrote about pigs. So I'm going to write, I have all about, and now I'm going to write the word pigs in this blank. So I click on it and I'm going to type pigs. Okay, I don't need a period because it's not a sentence, it's a title. My word pigs gets a capital letter because it's part of the title. It's naming who it's about. My word pigs should be spelled correctly because I should have taken this right off of the slides that we were working on. Remember the slides where you gathered your facts? Your animal name is on there. So I expect your animal name to be spelled correctly because you could copy it right off of the slide. All right, so now I have my title done, all about pigs. That's the animal I wrote about. Now, if I click out of the box, see, all about pigs. I'm going to click on the next slide. So see over here, I click on this. Okay, so now I have a piece of paper to write on, and there's blank spots over here on the side. The reason why this is blank over here is because you're going to be adding pictures when we're all done. Pictures are one of those text features that should show up in our nonfiction writing. So we will go over how to add a picture later. Right now, we want to go over our writing part. So I have to decide, using my Foursquare, what do I want to start with? What am I going to write about first? Do I want to tell the readers about what pigs look like, what they eat, what they do, or do I want to give them the special information first? So I want to think, what do I want to do first? Well, I think I might want to give them the special information first, even though it's the one down here. Doesn't matter what order you choose. It's up to you because it's your story. But I want to do the special information first. And the reason why I want to do that first is because I think it was interesting. And because I thought these things were interesting, maybe my readers will think it's interesting as well. And it'll make them interested in reading the rest of my book. So I'm going to use this part first. So what I want to do now is I want to read through, well, what do I have here under the star? So, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to drag you over here, make you a little bigger. Okay. So I want to look at this and I want to think about these things. I need to think, how can I take this information and put them into sentences? So what do I have? Well, I have that they're smart, 2 billion pigs, baby pigs, piglets, live on farms and in wild. So now I need to take these and put them into sentences. These are not sentences right now. Remember, when we do facts, we did not put them in sentences. Now that I'm doing my book, I need to take this information and put it into sentences. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to start with the first part right here, smart. So I need to take the word smart and think, how can I put it into a sentence? Well, I could say pigs are smart, or pigs are very smart. We saw that in our when we were watching the videos. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to write my first sentence that uses the word smart. Well, what can I say about pigs? I can say pigs are very smart. So pigs, start with a capital letter, pigs are very smart, period. Okay, so that was the first sentence. I thought of my sentence about pigs and the word smart. I typed it, I put my period in, and now I'm going to look at my next fact and think, what can I say next? So my next one says 2 billion pigs. So now I need to think, what sentence could I write about 2 billion pigs? Well, I remember when I watched my videos that it told me that there are 2 billion pigs in the world. So maybe I can write that because that's in my own words. There are 2 billion pigs in the world. So now I'm going to write that sentence. So period, I leave a space. There are 2 billion pigs in the world, period. Okay, so look at my sentence. There are 2 billion pigs in the world. I started with a capital, I ended with a period. Each time we stop and we think about our fact, we want to start our sentence with a capital and end with a period. So each time you're thinking it through as you go. Now I'm going to look again. My next fact. Baby pigs, piglets. Well, what was I trying to say about that? Baby pigs are called piglets. Yeah, that's what I remember hearing. Baby pigs are called piglets. So I'm going to write that down and leave a space. Baby pigs are called piglets. Period. Okay, so I started with a capital again, see, B for baby, and then piglets, period. Okay, so now I'm going to look. Hey, I have another one. So remember, I only had to have 2 or 3 facts on here, but I wrote 4. So I'm going to make one for each point that I made. If you made a lot, because I know some of you probably had tons of facts, just because I know a lot of you at this point. If you want to write a sentence for each fact that you have, you can. If you don't want to and you want to pick like 3 of them, right, to write sentences about, that's okay too. Okay, so I had 4, so I'm going to make a sentence for all 4 of these. But if I had 10 facts on here, I might just pick 3 or 4 to write sentences about. It's up to you. Everybody gets to do their own writing, and you get to choose how you want your nonfiction writing to be. Okay, it's up to you. All right, so my next fact is live on farms and in the wild. So what can I say? They live on farms and in the wild. Yeah, right? I don't have to keep saying pigs, pigs, pigs. I can use the word they instead because they is talking about pigs. Remember, pigs are animals, right? They're a thing. We use them as a thing. And so we can use the word they to describe them. So you don't have to keep going, pigs are smart, pigs are this, pigs are that. I can use the word they here and there. Okay, so I use pigs and they. So my fact again was they live on farms and in wild. So I'm going to say they live on farms and in the wild. They live on farms and in the wild. Period. Okay, so now that was all the facts I had under the star section. So remember, right now I'm just doing the star section. This is the one I picked. Okay, so I made a sentence for each one of these. So guess what I'm going to do to remind myself that, hey, I finished that. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to put a check mark. I did it. So I put a check mark on it to show that I did it. I finished this section. I made my sentences. Now I'm going to go back and reread them just to make sure that I have the sentences correct. Okay, so make sure that they all make sense and that they're all sentences. So I'm going to point under each word as I read to be sure. Pigs are very smart, period. There are 2 billions pigs in the world. Hey, that doesn't sound right, does it? Mm-mm. I wanted to say there are 2 billion pigs in the world. So guess what? I have to get rid of that S. There are 2 billion pigs in the world, period. Baby pigs are called piglets, period. They live on farms and in the wild, period. All right, now my sentences make sense. Okay, I ensure that they start with a capital letter and end with a period. I read my periods as I wrote it too, just to be sure that they are in the right spot. All right, so now I'm done with that and I can go on to my next category. I can look and think, okay, well, what do I want to write about next? And I can choose my next thing that I want to write about. Maybe I want to write about what they eat next, or maybe I want to start here with what they look like. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this smaller. Okay, and I can go and click. Do you see I was on slide 2? Now I'm going to go down here to the next blank one, and I can type the next part. So I can go and decide, well, maybe I think I want to talk about what they look like next. So I'm going to go through and make one sentence for each one of my facts, just like I did for this one. Okay, so each one of these boxes gets a different page. Okay, so you should have one page about what they look like, one page about what they eat, one about what they do, and one about something, the extra information, special information. Okay, one page for each. So I will model my whole thing. So you can watch the other videos if you want about how to put these in. Okay, I'm going to do each one for you in different videos. I will also make you a video on how to add a picture to slides. So if you want to just type one page and then put a picture in, you can, and then do another one on a different day. It's up to you. Or you want to type 2 and put 2 pictures in. Okay, so you can watch the other videos to learn how to do that. And I will make more videos on how to do each page of your book. So if you want to watch each video, you can. All right, boys and girls, I can't wait to see your writing. Make sure you give this a try. So now you should be trying to pick one of yours and decide what page it's going to go on and do your typing.